All right, Shalom. I want to start off as always, man, by giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Recha HaKodash. Dabban is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing his work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this lesson, I wanted to read the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verses 1 down to verse 11. And this is concerning the judgment of Babylon the Great, aka America. All right. Now, when most people read the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, mainly these Christian scholars and Christians overall, um, they believe that this chapter was fulfilled back during the Neo Babylonian Empire. All right. Now, to believe that, you would have to prove a lot of things, man, according to the scriptures. Because when you read this chapter, right, and you get into the verses, it is clear as day that this is an end time judgment for a particular kingdom, right? But you guys are saying that no, this took place during the Neo Babylonian Empire between the Medo Persian Empire, right? Now, if you know history, okay, you would know that only one major battle really took place between Cyrus the Great and the Neo-Babylonian Empire, all right? And that battle, it was known as the Battle of Opis, okay? I'll try to click, hold up, let me see here. I'll try to show you here, okay? It's called the Battle of Opis. Slack try to get that, if you can see that there. That's the battle that took place between Cyrus the Great and the Neo-Babylonian Empire, in which the Babylonians and their military pretty much got destroyed, right? And then after that, we know that if you read the book of Daniel chapter 5, I believe, it goes into the account of when the king of Babylon at that time, who, let me see here. Let's go to it, Daniel's 5. All right, the king at that time, all right, he was pretty much sitting as the replacement king for his dad, all right? His name was Belshazzar, okay? Belshazzar, all right, he was a king in his father's stead, so to speak, right? And if you read this chapter here, it goes into how, the angel appeared and wrote that stuff on the wall, right? The mene Tickelson, or a mene Euphason, right? Which pretty much saying that, your kingdom is numbered, and so on and so forth, right? And then that same night, Belshazzar died. And we get into the account, you know that when Cyrus the Great came to Babylon, right? He came to the city of Babylon. They opened the gate for him. There was no fighting going on. They welcomed him into Babylon. And he restored back their god, Murdoch, right? He allowed them to so-called have freedom, so to speak. Because Cyrus the Great was known as a king as a liberator, right? Pretty much allowing the nations to serve their gods and so on and so forth, but they had to pay tribute, all right? So we know that the Neo-Babylonian Empire wasn't destroyed how Isaiah 13 said that Babylon will be destroyed. And I can get into the particulars of that breakdown of the battle, the Battle of Opis, and what took place at that time to show you that, hey, look, Babylon, the Neo-Babylonian Empire, was not destroyed by fire from heaven, as it says about Isaiah 13 Babylon. Those are two completely different Babylons, okay? So I'm going to get into this here. And I know I'm kind of going a little bit fast, Um, I'm trying to rush it before I get a call, right? Because I'm expecting a call soon. But let's get into this here, man. So this Isaiah 13, starting at verse 1, it says, "The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amoz did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain." Now, what is the high mountain that it's talking about? The high mountain is referring to Babylon. Okay, Babylon the Great. Babylon is the chief kingdom on the planet Earth. She has the top seat. So she's referred to as the high mountain. Okay? She reigned over the nations, right? As it says in Revelation, the 17th chapter, right? The last verse. So it says, "Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain." What's the banner that we're lifting up? It's the Bible. Okay? We're lifting up the scriptures against Babylon the Great. It says, "Exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles." In other words, we are rebuking Babylon. Okay? Shaking the hand, that's like a Hebrew idiom of you getting on them, right? And that's the role of the prophets. The Lord has set up the prophets to preach against Babylon, man. This is why so many camps and brothers everywhere. This is the Lord's doing, man. Okay? He got brothers preaching, calling out Babylon the Great for all of her sins day in and day out. And it's a powerful work, man. Okay? Verse 3 says, "I have commanded my sanctified ones." Now, who are the sanctified ones? The sanctified ones are talking about the prophets, the chosen, right? Whom the Lord have chosen to preach the word, man. Those are the men of the Lord. Okay? It says, "I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness." So who are the mighty ones that he called, right? That rejoice in his highness. That's talking about Yahushua and the angels, okay? They will be used to bring the physical damage to Babylon the Great. So the sanctified ones are set up to shake the hand, right? To call out Babylon. But then the Lord said, "I have also called my mighty ones." That's Yahushua and the angels. They're going to do damage upon our Lord's second return. Now, let's go to Joel chapter 3 to further substantiate that the mighty ones are talking about our Lord Yahushua and the angels. Okay? This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 11. It says, "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh." So when these nations and these heathens assemble together in the valley of Jehoshaphat, right? It says there or thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down. From where? From heaven, man. From the spiritual realm. Yahweh and the angels will make an appearance, man. And they're going to slaughter the armies of the world. This is what the Bible teaches, okay? So going here back to Isaiah 13 now, and verse 3 again, it says, "I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness." So the Heavenly Father is pissed, okay? He's angry at Babylon. If you think that we're pissed off and angry, bro, the Most High is pissed off and angry, okay? Even though in his word, right, he's allowing these things, but boy, he's going to judge Babylon, all right, and leave this country as a big example of what not to do, okay? This country will be represented as a lot of things, okay, of what not to do ever, right? This judgment going to be crazy on Babylon. So the Lord going to call his mighty ones down, man. Verse 4 says, "The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together the Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. So the Lord is going to gather these nations together, man, as it speaks about in Joel the 3rd chapter. Okay, these nations will be gathered together for this final battle. All right, but also this goes into the missiles. Okay, the ICBM missiles, they will be used. Verse 5 says, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Now, you have to ask yourself, what kind of weapons, right? Because it says weapons. It said these weapons are coming from a far country, right? For the Lord's indignation, to destroy the whole landmass of Babylon, right? And you got to ask yourself, man, what weapons do you know of that have the capability to come from a far country or from the other side of the world? What has the capability of doing that? It's called an intercontinental ballistic missile, okay? That weapon has the capability of traveling from one continent to another. This is what the prophet Isaiah saw in this vision, okay? He saw the Lord coming, and he saw missiles coming to Babylon, and then Isaiah said to destroy the whole land because he saw it, all right? So the whole land mass is going to be destroyed by ICBM missiles and by the Lord, all right? If you go here to Second Esdras, okay, I pulled it up real quick. If you go to Second Esdras 16, right, the famous verse, Second Esdras chapter 16, and I'll start at verse 12, all right? This is concerning so-called ICBM missiles, right? So like, I should X out the whole thing. Second Esdras chapter 16, starting at verse 12, it says, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. So what is Ezra talking about right here, right? He's saying that these arrows, man, will be shot into the ends of the world, okay? What bow and arrow you know that has the capability of going from one country to another one? It's impossible. But we do know something that looks like an arrow that can travel that far, and it's called an ICBM missile, okay? And so Ezra is saying, look, when these missiles get shot off, right, these arrows, as he called them, because that was the terminology of his time, to describe what he saw, okay? He said, these arrows that the Lord shooteth are sharp and shall not miss. So in other words, these arrows, these missiles are going to hit their targets, man. And it's going to be devastating, all right? Look, bro, we have seen the power of these nuclear missiles, bro. They bring great destruction, okay? Especially the wind that comes from the missiles, all right? That nuclear wind sweep across anything and just take it out. So the Lord had these missiles prepared, bro, to hit Babylon the Great. And it's going to be devastating, right? This is what Isaiah the prophet saw in the vision, man. So once again, he says, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So ICBM missiles will be used by God, okay? Those are his weapons, right? Yahweh. Those are his weapons. And now notice how in verse 4, right, he said these nations are going to be gathered together for the battle. And then in verse 5, he said these missiles going to be shot off. So we know that when World War III happens, or the War of Armageddon, as the Bible calls it, ICBM missiles will be used. Now you have people out there who don't believe that these missiles will be used. We don't care what you believe. We care about the Bible and the visions of our forefathers, man. They saw in the vision Babylon being destroyed. Isaiah said to destroy the whole land. So this whole landmass will be destroyed. Verse 6 says, Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Excuse me. So now here in verse 6, Isaiah is saying, he says, howl ye. Okay, when you howl, right, howling is a good thing, okay? Howling is it's a wailing, okay? It's pretty much a outcry of grief, okay, to howl. So Isaiah says, howl ye, or you, howl you, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Why? Because back in verse 5, Isaiah said, look, these missiles are coming to Babylon to destroy the whole land. All right, the Lord coming also. It's going to be devastating. So he says, a destruction from the Almighty. And we know in verse 4, it says, verse 3, it says the Lord is angry with Babylon. So this judgment is going to be devastating, all right? It says, I'll switch to the NLT on this verse here. Uh-oh, slack. Dang, bro. All right, so now from verse 7 to verse 11, I'm going to read the NLT, right? Well, I'll read verse 6 again. It says, scream in terror, for the day of Yahweh has arrived, the time for the Almighty to destroy. Every arm is paralyzed with fear. Every heart melts, and people are terrified. Why is that? Because of the sight of the missiles, okay? The people who will be on the landmass of Babylon, they're going to see the missiles, man, pierce the heavens. And you can only imagine the feeling that's going to go through their bodies, okay? If you brothers got a chance to see that airplane fall in in Philadelphia, it's one couple who was getting ready to step out, go out, and they had a Ring camera, man. And as the husband opened the door and the wife came out, that airplane hit, and you could have heard the screams from that woman, from that man. That was just an airplane, okay? And that came without notice, right? But guess what? They're going to see these missiles fall. And they're going to be peeling their skin, pulling their hair. Like, you ever seen somebody who's so afraid that, they make all kind of, crazy body movements just out of, pure fear? That's how it's going to be for people, man. They're going to see the chariots in the sky, bro. And then the missiles raining down. It's going to be terrifying. So it says, every arm is paralyzed with fear. Every heart melts, and people are terrified. Pangs of anguish grip them, like those of a woman in labor. They look helplessly at one another, their faces aflame with fear. That's how it's gonna be, bro. It'll be like, damn. Like, bro, once a missile crack them clouds, you ain't got no help. It's over with for you, bro. It's gonna be devastating. That's why Isaiah said they look helplessly at one another. Isaiah got a chance to look at them before the missiles hit. He saw how the people reacted, man. They was terrified. All right? Here on the source of Babylon. It says, "For see, the day of the Lord is coming, the terrible day of his fury and fierce anger. The land will be made desolate, and all the sinners destroyed with it." So the wicked gonna be destroyed here in Babylon. Okay, that's Esau, Jake, okay, the rest of the heathens. The Most High gonna destroy them on this land. Okay, so you people out there who just doing what you want to do amongst Jake, right? Not taking heed, that's on you, man. You guess what? You're gonna be destroyed with Babylon, as the Bible is saying. It says the heavens will be black above, the stars will give no light, the sun will be dark when it rises, and the moon will provide no light. Why is that? Because these missiles, once they hit, they're gonna cause great dust and silt, and these mushroom clouds gonna just block out the heavens. The sun, moon, and stars still gonna be there, but for those who are on Earth, it's gonna be as if the sun and the moon and the stars are gone, because they won't be able to see through all the smoke and the destruction. All right, it's gonna be wild. It says, verse 11, "I, the Lord Yahweh, will punish the world for its evil and the wicked for their sin. I will crush the arrogance of the proud and humble the pride of the mighty." So the Lord is going to punish the world, man. Especially Babylon the Great, okay? This country, the Lord got it out for it, man. All right? All of this wickedness, all of the stuff that happened in this place, man, and that continue to happen, bro, the Most High going to address it. All right? He's going to make Babylon out of an example, as he did ancient Sodom and Gomorrah. And if you read down in the chapter, it tells you that, man. He says, "I'm going to destroy Babylon how I destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah." How did he do that? By raining fire out of heaven. Okay? Cyrus the Great and the Medo-Persian Empire did not rain fire out of heaven on the Neo-Babylonian Empire. Okay? But Russia gonna do it. Russia gonna do it, man. All right? And other nations. Okay? So I'll close out with that, man. Lord, what knows that if I know there's something quick through the spirit. I'll praise you. How about Shema Shai, Shalom.